So, you're looking to get a Steam Deck and you're wondering which Steam Deck to get. Unfortunately, we're in a weird time because we only have about, well, you have more than two options, but mainly you have about two options, just the OLED ones right now. It used to be you had the 256 LCD version, the 512 OLED, and the 1TB OLED. Right now, if you want to get at least a brand new Steam Deck, you only have to choose between these two. Which, if you look at the competitors, these are the cheapest bang for your buck portable PC console hybrids on the market right now. And so, different things to think about is some of the main things. The main thing to think about would be, what are you going to be doing with it? Are you going to be, what kind of games will you be playing? And so I kind of was wondering if, which I'm guessing a lot of people who bought the 256 gigabytes wanted an indie machine, and so the Steam Deck would be a very good indie machine. You could play a lot of indie games. And so I went and created a list of all the indie games I could think of that are at least overwhelmingly positive. Looked up how on the Steam store what the recommended. Sometimes the recommended was more, so I went with the higher amount for how much space it needed, ranging from Geometry Dash, which is only 100 megabytes, all the way to It Takes Two, which is 50 gigabytes, the largest one. And so I also included Subnautica, Binding of Isaac, Balatro, Neon White, Shovel Knight, the whole collection, Sifu. So it ranged from megabytes to gigabytes. And so if you were wanting to get the cheaper one, you still have options. You can go to Certified Refurbished and choose between the Steam Decks here. So you could still get, if you want to get the 512 and 1TB, you can still get them. Oh, never mind. They were in stock just a second ago. Okay. So currently out of stock, but still an option if you want to get the smaller ones. The LCD, you want to save some money since they are a lot cheaper. Or if you want to go with the OLEDs and you're okay with refurbished. But what I would recommend would be this one right here is like the best bang for your buck. It's $549 with tax. It comes to about $590 when you add it to your cart. This one has the OLED display. This one has all the upgrades that this one does. The only thing you don't get is this one has an etched glass display, which if you look at different reviews, you'll notice that the etched glass display is really good for anti-glare, but it does add a slight blurriness. So if you want the most crisp picture, this one would be the one to go with. And also too, if you get this one, you get the upgraded carrying case that has a removable liner. And this one also comes with an exclusive startup movie and keyboard theme. So as long, which you can look up to see what it is. It's basically like red and it's all like cyberpunky. But you're also able to, in another video, if you look at another video I made, I go over how to use the Steam Deck, and so I show you how to change the startup movie and the transition movie from console mode to desktop mode. So I mean, there's plenty of options if you want, but you can also buy this one, get a 1TB hard drive off the internet and install it. There's also a guide how to do that too. So you get the 1TB for cheaper than you would for buying this. But if you don't want to mess with all that, then basically if you want an indie machine, you could wait till this goes on sale, or you find a refurbished one that's on sale. Or I would get this one because of all the indie games that I could think of that, I just made a 2-page list that totaled to about 466 gigabytes. So, which is still below the 512 gigabytes you have here. So you would still have room for, depending on what you got, 1 or 2 bigger games, or you could fit more indie games. And so you could think of, you could get pretty much all the indie games you could think of or ever dream about, and still not fill up your Steam Deck. But if you also too, if you are if you're okay just keeping the current games you're playing, if you want to if you plan on playing more AAA games, you could go with the 1 terabyte version, which could hold a lot more AAA games, or you could just put the current game you're playing on here and then delete it and then download the other one. Or you can also put a micro SD card too, and so this one is upgradable. So as long as every Steam Deck is upgradable with a micro SD slot in the bottom. There is a slight difference in load times, but it's pretty minuscule, especially if you get the fast micro SD cards. And so you could just keep what you could do is you could get a micro SD card, go all big and go 1 terabyte, plug it into here, put all your indie games on the 1 terabyte micro SD, because you shouldn't notice any difference in loading times for indie games, and then use this 512 for AAA games like Doom, Eternal, Cyberpunk, No Man's Sky is indie. Cyberpunk is indie too, kind of. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so this is the one that I have, and I am absolutely in love with it. I play a mix of AAA and indie games. Right now I'm kind of on an indie spree, because like people say, this definitely is a backlog killer. And you're able to take a break from sitting at your desk, which is, where I'm currently at right now. And play on the bed, play on your couch, play on a plane, play, anywhere pretty much. And it's really good for indie games. So I definitely would recommend this if you're into indie games. I would recommend this over Nintendo Switch too, even though this is a little bit more expensive. You're getting a bigger battery, better screen, better refresh rate. You're getting faster Wi-Fi. You're getting, like I said, bigger battery. You're getting a case that comes with it too, and you have access to thousands upon thousands of games on the Steam store. Hundreds upon thousands of games on the Steam store. And you also get the Steam OS, which is super user friendly, which you can see in another video I made, showcasing it. Very, I don't want to say idiot proof, because that sounds kind of condescending, but it's very simple. That, someone like your grandma could probably figure out how to even use it too. If you were to somehow wanted to get your grandma into gaming. But yeah, definitely, overall I'd recommend this, but like I said, if you're more of a AAA player and you want to have your whole library there and on it, then I would go with the 1 terabyte version, or upgrade this to a terabyte. If you want like the fastest loading speeds. These two are identical except for the screen, the etched glass, but otherwise these both have the same display, same screen size, refresh rate, upgraded Wi-Fi, 50-hour battery. Comes with this one comes with the power cable that has this Steam Deck logo on it, compared to this one doesn't. And so this one isn't bad. You do get like a better screen, better battery with these two, but totally would still recommend checking out the refurbished list here. I'm recording this on Christmas Day, so I could see why these are all sold out. But I would think that these would pop up every now and then. And just in case you don't know where to go, if you type in steampower.com, you go to hardware, and you'll see the Steam Deck. And then you'll scroll down, tells you about it, and then boom, this is the page I was on. And so, also when I ordered mine, it was early December, so it said 3 to 5 business days, but because it's Christmas now, just so you know, there is a bigger delay in shipping. It may take 6 to 10 business days for you to get your Steam Deck as well. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to just leave a comment. I just thought, since I haven't really seen a video on which Steam Deck to get, or too many videos, I thought I would just make one really quick. In case you're thinking about getting one, feel free to message me or comment below if you have any questions. I can answer them. Yeah, thank you for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to see more.